Hey y'all, happy Monday. Welcome to another week of Daily Devos with Nancy Joe. I am excited about where we're going this week. And I'm at the counter, so all my books and my notes and everything is all spread out so that I can see them. And it's just going to be great. And, well, we should just dig right in. All right, we are going to start today in John chapter 8, starting verse somewhere around 59. So last week, Friday, we were talking about this peace that Jesus had, and that regardless of where he was and what kind of group he was in, what was going on at the moment, he walked in peace. And so we read one account of that from Luke chapter 4. Now we're going to read an account from John chapter 8. Is that right? Yes. John 8. It's in my Bible. I know it is. So Jesus is teaching, and it's almost it's the same type of thing here, though not the same time as what we read last week. But Jesus says, well, let's just start in verse 51. I assure you, most solemnly I tell you, if anyone observes my teaching, lives in accordance with my message, keeps my word, he will by no means ever see death and experience death. And the Jews said to him, now we know that you are under the power of a demon. You are insane. Abraham died and also the prophets, yet you say, if a man keeps my word, he will never taste of death in all eternity. Are you greater than our father Abraham? He died and all the prophets died. Who do you make yourself out to be? And Jesus answered, if I were to glorify myself, magnify, praise, and honor myself, I would have no real glory, for my glory would be nothing and worthless. My honor must come to me from my Father. It is my Father who glorifies me, who extols me, magnifies, and praises me, of whom you say that he is your God. Yet you do not know him or recognize him and are not acquainted with him, but I know him. If I should say that I do not know him, I would be a liar like you are. But I know him and I keep his word, obey his teachings, I am faithful to his message. Your forefather Abraham was extremely happy at the hope and prospect of seeing my day, my incarnation, and he did see it and was delighted. And then the Jews said to him, you are not yet 50 years old, and you have seen Abraham? And Jesus replied, I assure you, most solemnly I tell you, before Abraham was born, I am. So they took up stones to throw at him. But Jesus, by mixing with the crowd, concealed himself and went out of the temple enclosure. And as he passed along, he noticed a man blind from birth. And then he goes on to heal the man that was born blind. It's just interesting that, these religious leaders got so upset when Jesus is telling them who he is and that he is the Messiah. And that's what the point of contention is. But they took up stones to throw at him, but Jesus, again, walked right through the crowd and went out of the temple enclosure. And then he went along his way. As he passed along, he noticed a man blind from his birth. And what did he do? You can read the rest of the account there. He healed the man. So it did not matter what the religious leaders, what the Jews said, what kind of frustration or anger they had. Jesus stuck to truth, stuck to who he was, stuck to his calling, and continued to do what he was supposed to do. It did not matter that they were angry. It did not matter that they wanted to kill him. It did not matter that they had stones in their hands to stone him. He went out of the temple, passed along, and continued to do what God had called him to do. Jesus walked in perfect peace. And we've talked about that peace, and that is Jesus was in unbroken relationship with the Father. How many times throughout the accounts of the Gospels do we read that Jesus separated himself and he pulled himself away to spend time and be with the Father? And that unbroken relationship, he had nothing to fear from God. And so he moved in accordance with his calling, in accordance with his purpose, and he did as he was instructed to do. We are at 5 minutes, so we'll pick up here tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye, y'all.